The Chinese Communist Party, CCP, led by President Xi Jinping, has intensified its rhetoric over reuniting with Taiwan, threatening a military takeover of the island. The CCP has spent significant resources on improving the People's Liberation Army, PLA's capabilities, allowing for aggressive rhetoric against and disregard for Taiwan's sovereignty. The CCP's One China policy asserts that the PRC is the sole government of China, which the CCP states includes Taiwan, and the US has not recognized this Chinese policy. China now seeks to impose its One China policy on the world, forcing any government to accept its version. This aggressiveness and threats have alarmed the international community, leading to countries to seek and request a de-escalation from China. China accuses and threatens countries that challenge its Taiwan policy, claiming they are trying to meddle in China's internal affairs. The international community cannot simply accept China's claims, as Taiwan is a significant partner in international trade and a world leader in advanced chip and semiconductor manufacturing. The CCP recognizes its military's inexperience, as a military operation across the Taiwan Straits would be complex and likely require combat with the US and Japan. The United States and its allies are concerned that China may be adopting gray zone tactics to achieve its political objectives without resorting to military force. China has the option to impose a quarantine on Taiwan, which could be effective due to Taiwan's unique hybrid status. A quarantine would allow China to assert its sovereign claims over Taiwan, imposing greater political and administrative control over the territory. This would allow China to claim that Taiwan cannot self-govern because it does not control its sovereignty. The CCP can also use the quarantine to interfere in Taiwan's domestic politics by restricting trade and causing an economic crisis. The Coast Guard would lead the operation, with the PLA playing a supporting role to make it appear as a law enforcement operation and not a military operation. The quarantine could have a significant impact without full implementation around the entire island, prompting airline carriers to modify their routes to avoid Taiwan. Additionally, ocean-going cargo carriers may be subject to new CCP rules when entering Taiwan ports due to China's implementation of its market power in product exports. A gray zone tactic is difficult to counter, as the use of military force would be difficult to justify if the CCP was not using military force to cut the island off. A successful quarantine would be immense for the CCP, as it would allow it to break into the first island chain, project its full military power deeper into the Western Pacific, exert firmer control over the South China Sea, project air power against the Philippines, and make it harder for the US Navy to operate effectively around southern Japan and the Korean Peninsula.